After the week... Shit, let me try that again. Whoops. After last night's victory for Hull Kingston Rovers to crown themselves the world champions of rugby league with their win against the Brisbane Broncos, we are now here for the start of the second round of the Super League season. And as one of three matches going concurrently at the same time, we'll be having a look at the Leeds Rhinos taking on the York Knights, as both teams looking to try to keep the season momentum going, particularly for York after their win over Hull Kingston Rovers. Leeds trying to kickstart their season after their opening round loss to the Leigh Leopards. We are here. Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. I completely and utterly messed up that intro there. It's just absolute terrible. But we are here for a very interesting matchup here, obviously. York, unofficial world champions after Hull Kingston Rovers' victory last night over the Brisbane Broncos, 30 points to 24 in the World Club Challenge last night. I mean, very brilliant game. If anyone hasn't watched the highlights to that, very highly recommend watching it. I mean, obviously you had 30 points to 4. Basically, Hull put their all into the first 60 minutes, and then Brisbane really started capitalising and tried to make a comeback, but unfortunately it was too little and too late. So yeah, we go into this second round. So there are three matches going to be going on simultaneously. We are focusing on Leigh versus... Sorry, we're going to be focusing on the Leeds Rhinos taking on the York Knights. The other two games, of course, being the Bradford Bulls taking on the Catalan Dragons and St Helens taking on the Leigh Leopards. Essentially, pretty much it came down to a poll in the vote, and it was pretty neck and neck between Leeds, York and Bradford Catalan, but it was Leeds that just edged it out. So yeah, if there's ever a point in terms of streaming where there is multiple games at the same time on this channel, I'd put up a poll as like, which game would you want me to more so cover? And that's what we ended up going with. So looking at the poll currently, we have 4 votes, and it's a 3-1 majority in favour of the Leeds Rhinos to get their first win of the season over the York Knights. And yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards that possibly. If I had to personally tip a team to win this match, I was probably going to go for Leeds in this one. But we need to find out who will be playing on the field. So let's go off with the lineups here. First off, for the home side, the Leeds Rhinos, you've got Lockie Miller at fullback, Marcus Sevo and Ryan Hall at the wing, with Harry Newman and Chris Hankinson in the centres. Brody Croft and Jake Connor are the playmakers. Cooper Jensen and Tom Holroyd are as the props, with Danny Levi as the hooker, James McDowell and Callum Watkins as the second row, with Cameron Smith at lock. Christ, there's another one. Jared O'Connor, Keenan Palacio, Jeremiah Matautia and Ethan O'Neill as the bench players, with number 27, George Brown, nominated as the 18th man. And now looking into the York Knights side, you've got Tom Matafa at the fullback, with Ben Jones-Bishop and Scott Galliano on the wings, with Sam Wood and Kieran Buchanan in the centres. Nikhil Williams and Liam Harris are the playmakers. Xavier Vata and Paul Vaughan are the props, with Paul McShane as the hooker. Josh Griffin and Ollie Field as the second row, with Jordan Thompson at lock. Deneve Balmforth, Jack Martin, Justin Sangari and King Viniyawa as the interchange, with John Sagaga, the number 22, as the 18th man. So, pretty interesting matchup to say at the very least, because obviously York got their 1-point victory over the Hull Kingston Rovers, the defending, the now quadruple winning side. But yeah, York very much interesting, can get momentum swings going and could get everything going strong, so you just don't know what might end up happening. But getting into both teams, and I should point out, because there is a thing that happens over the ticker around here, is about the there's always a former Knights player in most Super League clubs. There's 2 here at Leeds. Obviously you got the fullback there, Lockie Miller, brought over because they thought Callum Ponga was going to be a playmaker. Unfortunately, didn't happen for him. And then, of course, you've got the number 23, Danny Levi, who is the hooker. I mean, he was previously at Canberra, but I liked him at the Knights. So, yeah, so pretty much those are... but none at York, which is interesting. So, looking more so at the poll now, we got 5 votes with a 60-40% in favour of the Leeds Rhinos, but still 2 votes to say that York gets it done. I should point out, I'm going to point out a couple of times before the stream starts, because we've got about 10 minutes before the game starts. There'll be no game footage here, unfortunately. Now, in terms of ways you could get this done, I don't know, because it was really interesting, because for yesterday's game, for the World Club Challenge between the Robins and the Broncos, there was no broadcast in New Zealand. Like, Sky over in New Zealand just wasn't showing the game, which is really ridiculous. But yeah, unfortunately, you're going to be watching this mug of for the entire match as I try to just relay. You're watching it along with me, I guess, if that's sense. But we will be keeping an eye on the other 2 games, being the Bradford Bulls and Caroline Dragons, and St Helens over the Leigh Leopards. We'll just be got a phone set up looking at the scores for that, so it should be quite interesting to see how this goes. Does anybody have any specific predictions? Has anybody got any bets on? There was one bet that almost went spectacularly well, but in the Hull KR versus Broncos game, but unfortunately he had Hull 13 plus, but it ended up being a 6-point win. So yeah, I'm going to just quickly now just move on to the next stage. So what I'm going to do here is I probably should utilize this, because this is, of course, flash score, which basically is how I do for the scorecard here. And I'm going to put a star down for who I think is going to win this game. But it's a pretty strong outfit from both sides. But I think realistically, Leeds should get the job done. So that's the star is just the accountability of this is who I'm picking to win this match. So yeah, I think Leeds should be able to get this done. Does anyone else think otherwise? Let me know in the chat and just see what's what, because this could be it could be a really interesting contest. But I mean, like, if with York with their comeback over the Robins in round 1, York plus 22, good bet. Oh, okay, yeah, that's not too bad there. Basically, that's the line that's the line betting. I'm assuming. I'm trying to use my expertise here in my brain, but yeah, it's pretty fair. I mean, all the games, like, I think the biggest margin so far this season for a win, bearing in mind it's only been 1 game, has been 16. Has been the largest margin. So yeah, I mean, from what I checked from last week, Toulouse Olympic were paying like $10 just to win, but they were able to get the job done over. Christ, I'm actually kind of forgetting who it was against, but yeah, it was. Where are Toulouse? They're 6, so they won by 2 points. Yeah, they beat Wakefield. So yeah, we're just gonna pop down that menu. So more votes coming in. Are you streaming this? I'm not able to show the game, unfortunately, Bailey. So yeah, if you try on Kick, maybe that'd probably be a better bet for someone streaming of streaming it. But unfortunately, I'm of no help. Unfortunately, I'm pretty certain, depending on who you bet with, I'm pretty sure you can watch the game, because I'm pretty certain Bet365 you can. What should I type in? Just search Leeds versus York live. Maybe could be the go there. But yeah, if you bet with like some betting companies, you can watch the game within the app. So Bet365, if you're with them, you can do it. But yeah, hopefully you're able to find the stream. I just wish I was of better help. So 5 minutes away from kickoff now. Still 6 votes. A 2/3 majority in favour of the Leeds Rhinos to get the job done. But yeah, hopefully, I guess for my health, because you see the size I am, I almost had heart palpitations in that game yesterday, so hopefully for my heart, we can settle. But yeah, so just another reminder, no game footage is going to be shown for this, unfortunately. We are in the works of possibly getting something done, maybe like a Discord server where I'm able to stream the game in like a chat, which hopefully we can try to get that sorted out at some point. Also be a pretty decent way to grow the server, you got to say. But yeah, so you got another 8 votes now, 62% in favour of Leeds winning. In terms of who I am excited to see, Mike Acevo, Very keen to see how he goes. Lockie Miller as well. I mean, I do kind of feel bad for Lockie Miller when he came to the Knights because he was meant to be the main fullback for Newcastle because Ponga was going to shift into being a playmaker, but obviously what we know now didn't end up working, which is unfortunate because I felt there would have been a genuine, real chance. But yeah, I've heard this is meant to be a really good crowd for this matchup. As obviously Headingley is a 19,000 seat stadium, and pretty soon it was like around over 15,000 tickets were sold. So a very decent crowd. I mean, we've had pretty good crowds so far for the whole season so far. About 25,500 for the World Club Challenge yesterday, which is it's just brilliant to see. It's good crowds, great atmosphere. So yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're just going to keep an eye on the other two games. Obviously, Bradford Catalan and St Helens Leigh. So probably every couple of minutes, or when a try does happen, I will let you know what goes down, essentially. But now we're just going to get ready here. But I'm going to say for this matchup, I'm going to say with the Star, I think Leeds should be able to get their first win of the season. I think Leeds by 12, possibly. I think it's not the worst score, but I guess I'm just also excited to see Danny Levi as well, former Knights player. And also Brad Arthur, former coach of the Parramatta Eels. His son, Matt Arthur, now playing at the Knights, which is cool to see. The Newcastle Knights, I should state, not York. But yeah, now having a player named Cameron Smith, that's scary. The evil Emperor Palpatine of the National Rugby League is now been respawned as a golfer and now the lock for the Rhinos. I've seen things of people who wear headphones like this. This is from my time in radio. Basically, it's so because it's been points because you hear the mic, you hear yourself through the headphones when you're talking into the mic, and when you hear it completely, it can sort of make you start talking a lot slower because it's your brain trying to compute it. So that's why they have one ear out so they can keep it at a normal pace. So there you go. You didn't ask for any of that knowledge, but there you go, essentially. So we're about 2 minutes away from the players coming out and getting over. So now we should just state that, of course, no game footage will be shown. So yeah, try your luck elsewhere, unfortunately, is the way it's going to be. But yeah, Marcus Seaver's going to be pretty interesting to see. I've missed him in the NRL. I think he was actually really good at Parramatta. There was that weird period, I remember, when Parramatta were going really badly, and for some reason, Eels fans scapegoated him, which just didn't make sense to me, because it's like, he's one of the only players. This is the year they almost came last, but here we go. Both teams now out onto the field. The Leeds Rhinos and the York Knights to one of 3 matches to kick off the second round of the season. Oh, saw a Stone Island. I really need to get a Stone Island jacket. I know they're expensive as all piss, but okay, I actually didn't realise they played Marching On together. Because I know, obviously, that's Leeds United in football. But to be fair, I feel like it's a whole collection for Leeds. Okay, they're yeah, they're just a very exciting matchup. So if you're going to get your votes in, we're very close. And they're doing a minute's silence here for, I think one of the people they were talking about was the last surviving member of Great Britain's 1954, who were part of the 1954 World Cup winning side. So tributes there for Gordon Brown and Vince Fawcett for the minute silence. Gordon Brown, the last surviving member of Great Britain's 1954 World Cup winning side. So we're going to end the poll there with 8 votes. Sorry for the sides. I probably should have made it a better explanation for that. So 8 votes, 62% in favour of Leeds Rhinos to get the win. It will be the Rhinos kicking off. They'll be running screen right with York getting first possession. But yeah, one last time, no game footage will be shown. But if you want to stay and watch, you're welcome as we kick off and we are underway for the second round of the Super League 2026 season. As the first tackle is right at the 20 for the first, I believe it's... So probably one upwards. Yes, Paul Vaughan gets brought down just shy of the 30 for the second tackle. So I feel like really it's just going to be interesting to see how both teams handle it here, because watch from York, they can make comebacks quite late as attempt to their match against Hull Kingston Rovers. So fourth tackle just shy of halfway now. York, as they just been doing simple one-ups play. As they get now last tackle 45 away from the try line. Spreads it out to the right hand side. Last tackle kick on. There's a lot of pressure on Micah Sevo. Sevo takes it well on the 20 and gets brought down for the first tackle for Leeds, as we're now 1 minute gone in this matchup. But yeah, also one of the players who to point out for another one of the Leeds one on the bench, Jeremiah Matiatia. I wonder if it's related to the other Matiatia family who all play local football for Newcastle. Chloe Henderson for the Leeds Rhinos, big ups. Hopefully they go well here. Fourth tackle here for Leeds. They're just shy of the 40. So it's been of a decent defensive set here by York, as Leeds get kept inside of their half for the last tackle, only 28 metres from the start of the set, as it's kicked to the right hand side of York's half and it's taken by Jones Bishop. And he'll go central to the field and get brought down on the 30 metre line for the first tackle for the Knights. And that's the number 5 there, Scott Galliano. Inside of the 40 for the second tackle. Bit of one-upman's trying to win over a penalty. That was number 21 of Kieran Buchanan on the York 40. So just trying to keep an eye on the other games as waiting for the updates of that. Now last tackle incoming here for York, as they're now 40 away from the try line. It's kicked high. There's a couple of chases, but it looks too deep for him to make an impact, as Lockie Miller catches it inside the 10 and will get brought back actually inside of the 10 for the first tackle for Leeds. And there's Micah Sevo. Gets just past halfway for the second. Past halfway. Bro, he won 40 metres. This will be the third tackle, as they're only on their 20 metre line. There we go. Fixed it, but a complete cock up on my end. But no penalties so far. It's currently just running the sets as York get to their 30 for the fourth tackle. Could see an early kick, but it's been flinged out to the right-hand side. They're getting some passes going, as it's Harry Newman. Gets past halfway and brought down 45 away from the try line now. Last tackle for Leeds. It's a kick by Bodie Croft out to the left-hand side. And it's a great take. It's almost a hospital run as Sevo goes in for the immediate tackle, but Sevo seems to be winded. He's grabbing at his sternum. Bailey, currently it is York who's got the ball. Second tackle. Well, this is now the third tackle for York as they're on their 40-metre line. But yeah, very close there of a hospital pass, as both the other games of Bradford and Catalan and St Helens and Leigh have kicked off. And we already have a try in one of the other matches, as it is the Leigh Leopards who have scored. They are now 4-0 up over St Helens, as the last tackle kicked by York, 45 away from the try line. And it's gone out on the full. Not only was it over the dead ball line, it was out on the full. But Micah Sevo for Leeds in a bit of a way coming in for that running tackle. He was like clutching right at his sternum. But yeah, he's not in a good way, Micah Sevo. But 20-metre restart. And a 7 tackle set here now for Leeds as they get the 0 tackle on the 30. As that is Ryan Hall, who gets inside the 40 for the first tackle. Could it be a possibility it's a rib injury for Marcus Evo? Second tackle here for Leeds. So just shy of halfway here. He'll spread it out to the left-hand side as that's Callum Watkins. He gets past halfway. Third tackle for Leeds. 45 away from the try line. They go down the middle here as it's the number 17 of Cameron Smith. 40 out now. Fourth tackle. They go down the left-hand side here. Can a gap opened up as it's Chris Hankinson? He gets brought down 25 away from the try line here. Last tackle for Leeds. 5 minutes now gone in this match. It's a kick by Jake Connor. It's pretty central, but it hasn't gone very far. It's caught by Leeds. They're flinging it out to the right. Still play on. It went backwards. Brilliant wrap on top of the ball's popped out anyways. Can't you stream it? I can't. The problem is, though, is with Sky, they'll just immediately take the stream down. That's why even I'm being careful of having this as like a watch-along, because I really wish there was a way you could be able to stream it and do this, but it's just, unfortunately, it's not feasible in this current stage, Bailey. I do apologise. But yep, first tackle here for York on the 40. As they're just, yeah, it's just been running the motions anyways. Another try has come in. It is now 4-all in the St Helens Leigh match. So St Helens have now responded. Alright, here we go. York with good field position to possibly challenge the line, as that is Mataafa still going with the ball for York as he'll get brought down on. He's still going and he gets brought down. You can't find any stream, mate. Neither. I'm trying to find a stream. Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate. Last tackle play here for York. They're trying to run up the middle as Liam Harris, but Leeds get the stop and we wrapped up inside of the 10. So it'll be a changeover and Leeds ball as we're now 7 minutes gone. As most of the action it looks like to be happening elsewhere, as this has just been running of the motions, not really much happening so far in this game. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of genuinely where could there be a possibility of getting streams. There's a penalty here for Leeds. So, good chance to get central of the field for a full set of 6. But yeah, it's, because I don't even know, because I know there's some games like BBC iPlay, but this isn't, I think neither of them are one of these, so it's hard to tell. So I do apologise of Bailey and Chloe. So Leeds with the ball now. They've flinged it all the way out to the left-hand side of the ball. First tackle will come inside of their 40. As they're going down the middle and they're still trying to get held up. No one's really been that threatening in their attacks so far. So we're now 7.5 gone in this game. But Leeds here could open it up. They're spreading it out to the right. It's a 2-on-1. They've gone out to the wing. It's running here. It's Ryan Hall who grubbers it centrally. And there was 3 Leeds players chasing, but it's gone too far for them. And it's been picked up by Ben Jones-Bishop of York, who gets wrapped up inside of York's 10 for the first tackle. So as we now just keep it on going, as York now trying to find some sort of line. They might kick early because they're being held back here by Leeds. Third tackle still inside of their 20. Now here comes the fourth tackle, as that is Jordan Thompson just for the fourth. And there will be an early kick. Booted to, it's a decent kick, but it won't go near the sideline. So I believe it's Lockie Miller who gets the ball. He's trying to find a line. He fends off one tackle, but it'll get wrapped up on Leeds 40 for the first tackle. And the conversion attempt was successful from St Helens. So 11 minutes gone. It is 6-4 in favour of the Saints, with Jackson Hastings getting conversion and Clark getting the try. It was Charlie who got the try for Leeds. For Leigh, sorry. But Leeds are now starting to threaten here as Brodie Croft gets brought down 30 metres away from the try line here. Third tackle. A very decent looking chance here for the Rhinos. 20 out now, fourth tackle. Run from dummy half from Danny Levi. Looks for support, but he'll get wrapped up inside 10 metres out now. Last tackle for Leeds. Could we get the first try in this match, as it's a kick for Connor? There's a lot of people chasing. It's taken well by Galliano, who catches it in the field of play, but gets tackled inside of the goal area. So it's going to be a goal line dropout from York, but it's a very good set there by Leeds. As we now, in the other game, Bradford have scored and converted. So it's now 10 minutes gone, 6-0 to Bradford over the Catalan Dragons. So far, this is the only match which nothing has happened yet. So we'll just see what does happen. What does York do from this dropout as we're now almost 10 gone in this half. And he's just absolutely levered it. Takes a bounce just shy of halfway. And Leeds will get the ball just inside of their own half. But then they charge into York's half as Tom Holroyd gets brought down 40 away from the try line for the first tackle. Now Leeds spread it out to the left-hand side. They've got numbers here. Sevo try to break the line. He's now 25 out from the try line. Second tackle. Referee just warning York of trying to avoid offsides here. So Cooper Jenkins gets brought down 20 out now. Third tackle. They're spreading it out to the right here. Leeds going to keep going. As that's Lockie Miller gets brought in inside of the 10 here. Fourth tackle. They spread it out now. Croft. Big charge there by the number 10 of Holroyd. 5 out now. Last tackle here for Leeds. What can they do here? They're right on the line. Flat ball out to O'Connor. Flings it out to the right. And surely it's going to go through with a massive gap opening up. And it's the number 12 of James McDonnell who scores. And it's 4-0 to Leeds. And, I mean, the York Knights were very much stretched out on their right-hand side, which massive gaps opening up, which is Leeds just forced it out to the other side. And even though it was a dodgy pass that did take a bounce, this is enough of a gap for McDonald to just swoop it up and just score over. So there we go, 4-0 to Leeds. 11 minutes now gone in this matchup. So finally, we've got action in all three matches. But yeah, genuinely from near the post out to the wing where the try was scored, there was probably about 2 York players for about 4 Leeds players. Just too much of a gap opened up there. So still remains 4-0. Conversion should be pretty decently close. L celebrating there. So this now for the chance to make it a 6-0 lead to Leeds with Jake O'Connor set to take the kick. Shouldn't be the hardest of kicks, so it should be all pretty darn good. He steps up and he kicks it. 12 minutes gone. It is 6-0 to the Leeds Rhinos. So essentially just mostly going through their paces and that because just kind of opened up rather easily. But here we go now, just waiting for the restarting of the kickoff. Hello, Kerry. How are you all doing? And also, yeah, unfortunately, for people who are looking for streams to watch this game, unfortunately, this is a one because Sky would come in and get the big copywriter. Sevo takes the catch from the kickoff. And first tackle for Leeds will be inside of the 20 for the first tackles. They're spreading it more evenly as they're spreading it out to the right-hand side here, Leeds, as that is the number 3 there of Harry Newman. Still very much a very even game. It's actually York has had more of the possession so far, but yeah, just pretty even. But yeah, Leeds able to break the deadlock. So just shy of halfway here for the fourth tackle for the Rhinos. The spread all the way out to the left-hand side. They could go for an attack here. They've got the numbers 3-on-2. Tried to get the wing out to Marcus Seaver, but that's going to be counted as a knock-on. So Leeds will get a scrum feed right up on halfway. So full set of 6 coming, but good defence there by York to prevent any sort of line break. Love the Rhinos. Big up L and the Leeds Rhinos. It was Jones Bishop there for York getting the stop of the cut-off pass out to the wing for Marcus Seaver, because when Marcus Seaver gets running, he is a very hard man to stop. Hello, Gary. Big up, big ups. So scrum feed now, 14 gone, as we've gotten a penalty kick that's been converted for Bradford. Now 8-0 up over the Catalan Dragons. So here we go, 40 out for the first tackle for Leeds. Can they get into decent field range to get another attack going? They've got some offloads and they've now gone to the left-hand side again. There's no offload off, but this time it's resulted in York getting the ball and York's running down the sideline. Is he going to be able to catch him? There needs to be big defence, but Jones Bishop stays in the field here. York first tackle 10 metres out from the try line. A huge chance for the Knights to respond. Brother who passed away, absolutely love the Rhinos. My condolences, Albert. Oh, Williams here with a run. Gets brought down 5 short of the line here. Second tackle for York. And unfortunately, there was a mistake there by York, so a chance goes absolutely begging as Leeds will get a scrum feed on their 10-metre line. Very close there, but York looked very good there to threaten, but just an unfortunate mistake to blow the chance. This is very, very unfortunate there. Yeah, there was the 26 of Nick Howe Williams who tried to get the play of the ball, but just couldn't get it done. But yeah, huge chance there for York there, which got the intercept from the offload, as it was Sam Wood who got the pass out to Jones Bishop. But now Leeds get the ball and try to settle things down, but it can just show how quickly this game can change. So we got the number 11 there of Callum Watkins, who gets brought down on the 30-metre line for the third tackle. Now about 16 gone in this matchup. Cameron Smith now gets brought down just shy of halfway for the fourth tackle. Bit of one up. Oh, a little bit of a spin there as Leeds enter York's half, but 45 away for the try line. Last tackle for the Rhinos. They fling it out to the right here. They're going to go for a run, but Brodie Croft goes for a grubber, and it's going to be taken by Mata'afa for the York Knights, and he'll get brought down just in front of the York 30 for the first tackle. And updates in other scores, pretty much similar timing. St Helens leading Leaf 6-4, while Bradford lead Catalan 8-0. And that's the number 8 there for the York Knights. Jack Martin getting his first run off the bench on halfway for the third tackle. And now Paul Vaughan gets an offload to get it to Williams. The ball's still going. This should still be play on. And it's another offload. Williams is going. And this is just kept on going. I don't know why Leeds haven't had a bit of urgency there. But fourth tackle now, 10 metres out here, the York Knights. So a good chance here for them to get an equalising try. Just close to the line here. 5 metres out on the far left-hand side. Last tackle for York. Flat ball to Paul Vaughan. Spins around and grounds it. And Paul Vaughan gets the try. And it's now 6-4. But there we go. That is a big try there. Just gets, very hard to stop right on the line. Runs in, gets the spin and grounds it. So Paul Vaughan gets the try for the York Knights. And where the try is, pretty decent situation. But a couple of offloads there very easily just got York about an extra 30, 40 metres in that set. So I just don't know what really happened there. It was a bit of a lax in concentration there by the Rhinos. So now 18 gone, so where the try should be, it's a bit more central, so this realistically should be 6-all. But yeah, Paul Vaughan gets the ball. It looks like right on the line, and yep, they all celebrate, so it's pretty sure that it is a try. As the York chants, probably 4 now. Yep. I just want to see that has probably updated, hasn't it? Yep, 6-4. Did they kick it? They're still just waiting to do the kick. Bailey, they just here we go. Here is the conversion attempt. We're just waiting for him. He's taking his time. But he takes the march forward. And he's got it. 6-all. Sorry about that, Bailey. It's just that for some reason York took a fair amount of time to get that kick going. So yeah, the ball was planted right on the line. So yeah, close game. Yeah, it's been pretty even so far. I mean, I know one of the people in their bets. I just want to find it. It was yeah, you, Bailey, because you had the 22 plus for York. So you'll be cheering if it stays low and close as this. As there's the kickoff there by Leeds. It'll be tapped and taken inside of the 10. And York will get brought down on the 20-metre line for the first tackle. Honestly, yeah, it's could just be keep going with this being rather close, but York just trying to find some type of line here. As Josh Griffin gets brought down just shy of the 40 for the fourth tackle. Calls for a forward pass there, but Paul Vaughan gets brought down right on halfway, and this should not last. Is this last tackle? Nope, still fourth. No, this will be the last tackle here for York, just shy of half, just on the 40-metre line inside of Leeds half. Booted up to the right-hand side of the field. Micah Sevo will take it on the 10-metre line, and he runs down the short sideline. He's broken through, and he'll just charge absolutely straight into Liam Harris as Leeds get the first tackle just shy of the 40, but a big run down Micah Sevo. To be fair, he's probably one of the tougher wingers I remember in the NRL trying to get a tackle off him as Brody Croft now with the ball. As Leeds now enter the York half. 45 out from the try line. Third tackle. Get another run as it's the number 17 of Cameron Smith. 40 away now. Fourth tackle. They'll go down the right-hand side. Croft gives the offload off, and they're running unilaterally trying to find a gap as that's Harry Newman who gets an offload. Actually, the tackle's not complete. They're still going. They're at the 20. More offloads playing. Lockie Miller running in the ball in the middle, trying to find a pass. Finds Brody Croft about 10 metres out now. And Croft takes the tackle and he's brought down 10 metres away from the try line. Last tackle here for Leeds. They sprint it out to the left. And they've caught a penalty for an offside. So it's going to be Leeds ball. So full set of 6. Oh no, sorry, it was a forward pass. My mistake. I thought the whistle was blowing low, so I thought it was a penalty. But no, it was a forward pass by Leeds. So York get the ball inside of their 10. A full set of 6. Update in one of the other matches as there has been a penalty goal by St Helens. They now lead 8-4 over the Leopards. 23 minutes gone in that matchup. An attack here. Third tackle. They're at the 40-metre line. An early kick for a 40-20 attempt. Did it make it? Did it go past the 20? Trying to figure it out here. No, it's just short of the 20. I mean, you can't blame the attempt for the 40-20, but the cameras just weren't quick for it. So just short of a 40-20 attempt, but Leeds get the ball on their 20-metre line for a full set of 6. Another update in one of the other games as it is another try for Bradford. No, sorry. A conversion. It's a penalty goal for Bradford, so they're now 10-0 up. Why can't I watch it? I subscribed and paid and I still can't watch it. Are you talking about like? Are you talking about specifically like Sky and that? Because yeah, it's on Sky Sports Plus. I don't know how that would work because it's over in England, and I'm not English, obviously. But Leeds here now threatening. So 15 away from the try line here. Fourth tackle for Leeds. Good chance here for them to get some points on the board. As that is Atkinson. Gets brought down, 10 out. Last tackle here for Leeds. Flings it out to Connor, who kicks it centrally. And it'll be taken by York inside of the goal mouth. So it's going to be a 20-minute restart and a 7-tackle set for York. And a quick tap there by York to get past the 30 for the 0 tackle. But just shy of halfway here, York just trying to charge through here. But yeah, still very much a battle of attrition in this game. Still 6-all after 24 minutes. But York, now this will be the 3rd tackle. It's the number 16 of Justin Sangari. 35 away from the try line. 3rd tackle. And that's a touch by Leeds to prevent the pass. And it's going to be a knock-on. So full set of 6 incoming for York. 30 away from the try line. So very decent chance for York to take the first lead for the matchup. So this will be quite interesting to say. So, yeah, so currently in terms of points scored, Bradford would be the lowest, but Bradford are leading 10-0. But here we go. 30 metres out, full set of 6 here for the York Knights as they look to take lead. They go to the left-hand side. Almost a bit of a hospital pass there, but they get brought down 25 away from the try line. First tackle. Sangare up the middle, gets brought down 15 away from the try line for the 2nd tackle. And they're getting some play here. They're going to go down the right-hand side. It's given to the number 20 of Ollie Field inside of the 10 now. 3rd tackle. York just trying to find some form of gap. Sangari gets the ball again. 5 metres out from the try line. He gets held up. 4th tackle. York will go short. Running up the guts right near the posts. 3 metre shot now. Last tackle. York's got the ball. They've flinged it out to the right-hand side. All the way out to the wing for Jones Bishop. Jones Bishop just can't find anything to do, and he'll get dragged out. And Leeds will get the ball inside of their 10. Yeah, I need to be a bit better in terms of like who's got the ball. So yeah, Leeds have got the ball now as they tackle Jones Bishop out. So they got the ball on there inside of their 10. So 26 minutes gone, only 14 minutes left remaining in this first half. Sevo still a little bit worse for wear. I reckon it's going to come out that he might have a bit of a rib injury. But here's the first tackle for Leeds as they're brought down inside of their 20. And a quick charge there will get them to their 30 for the 2nd tackle. Levi at dummy half now trying to passing out as that is Lockie Miller. Gets the offload. So Leeds are now threatening. They're still going. They're bending a couple of tackles. They've now entered York's half. As Leeds have now 30 on the 3rd tackle. Halfway. And Leeds now 40 away from the try line here. There's a go to the right-hand side. Croft now with the ball. Trying to find a gap, but he can't find it. 30 metres out now. Last tackle for the Rhinos. Gives it to Connor. Flat ball to Miller. They're spreading it out to the left-hand side. It's a grubber kick. But there's Jones Bishop. He goes for the tackle. And he gets wrapped up by Sevo. And Sevo drags him back. It'll be a goal line dropout for York. But good defence there by Sevo. Bit of an update. More so in the scoring as we have a try and conversion for the Leigh Leopards. They are now leading 10 points to 8 over St Helens with 11 minutes remaining in their first half. So, pretty interesting. Currently, I think the Leigh Leopards would be leading the competition. So there's the York goal line dropout, and they've kicked it right onto halfway as Leeds now get the charging run. And that's a big run straight, and Leeds will be brought down 35 away from the try line for the first tackle. They'll spread it now to the one-upmans up the left as Connor gets brought down 25 away from the try line for the 2nd. Now they'll go to the right, Leeds. Just trying to find some gaps in the line. They're now 10 out. 3rd tackle here. They'll fling it out now to the left. They're going to attack here as Miller to Sevo. Can he stay in play? Yes, he does. And gets the try. That is just how strong Marcus Sevo is. Any other winger would have been gate tackled out. and dragged out into touch, but he holds his ground and gets over the line, and it's now 10-6 to Leeds with a kick to come. That's... what can you say? But there we go. Marcus Seaver gets his first try of the season as Leeds take back the lead. So coming in now with 11 minutes to go and still remaining. Now it's now. Well, why does it say still remaining? Because Leeds just scored, so 10-6. But yeah, great play there by Leeds to force it between Lockie Miller, and it was a battle between Marcus Sevo and Ben Jones-Bishop. But Jones-Bishop just could not drag Sevo out of the line because Sevo just plants his feet, powers into the corner, and gets the try. Just brilliant bit of play to say. It's like, just how it be. Marcus Sevo, brilliant. Show him over at the Knights. Newcastle, though, I mean. So here we go. Jake Connor now with a conversion from the sideline. He's got an 82% success probability. Right on the sideline. Was it Miller for the try? Miller got the assist. He got the pass out to Marcus Sevo. And Sevo was the one who went over Chloe. And the conversion attempt, it won't curl back enough. It is going to be a miss. So it will remain 10-6 as we enter the final 10 minutes of this first half with Leeds ahead. But what we call a meat pie for the from Lachlan Miller there for the assist in Australia. That's a bit of, I don't know what it means. So just waiting now from the kickoff from York to continue this first half as we're getting camera shots of Brad Arthur, the Leeds coach. As Leeds will get it on their left-hand side. They caught it inside of the 10. And it's Cameron Smith who gets brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle for the Rhinos. They'll spread it now to the right here. And Brodie Croft goes to the dummy. And Brodie Croft's breaking through. He's got support here. He's got two players on his left-hand side. He gets the pass. Leeds are still going. Miller gets the pass off. They're going out to their wing. And that is a brilliant teamwork try there by Leeds, as it's Ryan Hall who scores, and it's now 14-6 with a kick to come. And it's Brodie Croft who started it, gets the line break, but has multiple Leeds players running up with him. You had Lachlan Miller, who then gets the pass out to Danny Levi, who loses footing, then cuts it out to as right as possible with Ryan Hall. And that, just like that, Leeds now in the driver's seat of this match. On a dime now, Leeds with a multiple try lead. Brodie Croft breaks the line around the Leeds 30 and just keeps on running. And as Mata'afa comes in, he cuts it in to Lachlan Miller, who then flings it out to Danny Levi on the right-hand side, who then loses his footing and sees Ryan Hall, cuts it out to him. Just a brilliant try there by Leeds. So 14-6 with a kick to come. And honestly, if Leeds can get another try or two here, it could be very serious momentum going into the sheds. I'm sorry, how many tries did they just say Ryan Hall has? Was that like did they say 284 or something for Ryan Hall for his career tries? I might have to check that, but if that is the case, that is mental. And there's the conversion attempt, and it's successful. So it's now 16-6 to the Leeds Rhinos, as we've now got 7.5 minutes remaining in this first half. But great run there by Brodie Croft. I'm just going to have a quick look at this of his try stats, because I just want to have a quick look. How many tries does he have? 344 first-class tries. 264. Come on, Rhinos, smash the Knights. Lauren, they're going pretty darn well as we have the kickoff now to restart this play. And Leeds get brought down inside the 20 for the first tackle. So Ryan Hall has got in the Super League for tries. I don't know if this is completely 100% updated, but 264 tries. That is unbelievable as Leeds get a penalty on their 20. So this is a better chance here now to just keep increasing their lead. That's an unbelievable stat. So pretty soon, if that carries over into the NRL, he'd be the top try scorer of all time. As the penalty kick goes just shy of halfway. So now this will be the first tackle here for Leeds to get brought down right on halfway. As we have another update in a game that has also happened. It is another try for the Leigh Leopards, who are now 14-8 ahead over St Helens with a kick to come. So Leigh currently on top as Leeds look for another try. They're 30 metres away from the try line here for the third tackle. They're sprinting it now. Running from dummy half here is Danny Levi, trying to find someone to get a run. It's a grubber kick chase, and the ball does bounce out to Leeds. Pass to Lockley Miller. Very close. It was Jared O'Connor who got to the grubber and flicks out to Miller, but Miller brought down the line. Fourth tackle here. They're trying to go out to the left. Sevo gets brought down. It's a set restart, actually. So second tackle, 5 metres out on the far left-hand side here for Leeds. As Croft tries to go himself, but he'll get wrapped up again inside the 10. Third tackle here, and it's another set restart as well. Lads, just be calm. Leeds are trying to burrow over the line, but he'll be held up and will be forced back to the 10-metre line. And the conversion from Leigh is successful. 16-8 ahead of the Saints. So 10 metres out now for Leeds. Just trying to find a way to break through here. As you have the number 19 of Matautia. Again, he can't get brought down. He's about a few metres short of the line here to keep this Leeds going. They fling it out to the right. Connor to Croft. Oh, they've got numbers here. Miller trying to find space and find a line. They fling it out to the left-hand side. Break off. They'll get the offload off. And that's another try for the Leeds Rhinos. It's number 14 of Chris Hankinson. He gets the pass out from Callum Watkins. It's now 20-6 with a kick to come. And the Leeds train just keeps on going. Momentum very much in favour of the Rhinos at the moment, as they've now gone 14 points up. And there was, in the midst of that, there was another update to the scores. It is another try for the Bradford Bulls. Now 16-0 with a kick to come over the Catalan Dragons. So pretty much, this is the match which has been the one-sided so far. I mean, you also have 16-0 for Bradford, but yeah, very interesting scores happening here. As you've got Chris Hankinson getting the try there for Leeds. Less than 4 minutes now remaining. Honestly, if Leeds can get another try here, you might start putting a fork in the dinner because it'll be done. So here we go. Seeing Keenan Palacia now on the field. Conversion was successful there for Bradford. They're now 18-0 ahead of the Catalan Dragons. As we're noting now for the conversion attempt. Here's the attempt. And it goes through the post. It is successful. 3 minutes remaining in this first half. It is now 22 points to 6 to Leeds. And there's been another update in another of the games. It looks like St Helens have got a try right on the brink of half time. It's now 16-12 to Leigh with a kick to come. So at least that game is also going to be rather close. But great play there by Leeds as they keep going. Now, if they can get another try here and make it 28-6, they could very much force York out of this game before the half is done. But still not that far away anyway. It's a 16-point gap, so York can still come back as Leeds get the kickoff. It's Matautia who gets brought down inside the 20 for the first tackle. But yeah, Leeds now I think they're kind of just happy with going with the motions. But you got to think they might be hungry for more here, as that is Palacia gets brought down on the 30 for the third tackle. Flat ball, that's a knock on. So here we go. So, double knock on, and it was the first knock on by Leeds. So 40 metres out, a full set of 6 here for York. Honestly, if they can get a try here and make it only a 10-point gap, that would not be the worst result for them. As we're entering now the final 2 minutes, so this probably should be the last set for York this half. Right, so the scrum is set. 90 seconds remaining. What can York do? So York now 40 away. First tackle. Can they try to break this momentum and go into the sheds with only like a 10-point gap? Sangari brought down on the 30 for the second tackle. 30 out now. Set restart. So York now. Paul Vaughan with a flat ball, and the ball's been one-on-one stripped. Is it? But it was going to be a knock-on by Leeds. It was technically, so it was a legal strip there by Lachlan Miller, but he unfortunately loses possession of the ball. So with the final minute, York will get a scrum feed about 30 metres away from the try line. So Leeds just have to defend now for the next 45 seconds. Oh, no, but it is just Leeds' ball. Never mind. I was wrong. Because the strip would count as a knock-on. So here we go. On the 40 here for Leeds. And it's a penalty for Leeds as well. Just go for the kick into touch and you could get about 20-30 away. And you've got 20 seconds remaining. Miller goes for the deep kick. It's a bit sliced, so it'll only go as far as 45 away from the try line. So 10 seconds remaining. This will probably be the last play of the half, as they're just trying to get it out to the left-hand side. But unfortunately, it's going to be Hankinson brought down, and that is the half-time siren. And Leeds, a great bit of form in the latter stages of the first half, go into the sheds 22-6 ahead of the York Knights. It is also half-time between St Helens and the Leigh Leopards, with Leigh 16-12 ahead of the Saints. And there's still a couple of minutes between Bradford and Catalan, which is about 2 minutes left in the first half, with Bradford 18-0 ahead of the Dragons. So yeah, it was a pretty slow start, but I mean, Leeds is definitely starting to get the momentum going, with it now being 22-6 as Connor starts talking to the referee. But both teams going into the shed. That was a pretty decent half there by Leeds. They pretty even to say the least into like the first 20-25 minutes, but it's just the last 15 was just very much in favour of the Rhinos. So guess we're going to whack it into a poll of what we could possibly talk about. And just like that, right near half-time, Bradford increased their lead. It's now 22-0 to the Bulls over the Dragons. So Bulls very much on their way to getting their first win of the Super League season after coming short against Hull FC. Right, so who gets first try of the second half will be the halftime poll. To be fair, that's probably all the halftime polls are really going to be, is Leeds or York. To be honest, I feel like this could be a similar situation as in terms of how this game could go for York if they were to come back. More so of how they did it against Hull Kingston Rovers last week. It just probably would come down to straight up who's able to, like, if they could just capitalise on like a sin bin, realistically, is the only thing. So there we go, there's the poll. Who gets the first try of the second half? York desperately need to if they want to keep in touch of this first half, of the second half score. But if Leeds get a try here and make it, say, 28-6, that's very much trouble. So what's everyone's thoughts on the first half so far? Any notices in that? If we go to the Super League standings, I don't know if it's not live. But yeah, decent bit of play so far. We've got a couple of votes going in. Someone has voted in favour of York getting the first try. which I feel like that's probably what's going to get drilled into them this game, to be completely and utterly honest. Are the tables live? No, they're not. That's unfortunate there. 2 votes there for Leeds to getting the first try in the second half. But yeah, pretty much as it would currently be standing, the Leigh Leopards would be top of the table on the live ladder. I think a big thing as well so far in this is, Catalan before this did have a big win. They had a 16-point win over Huddersfield, but now Catalan being probably one of those like Spanish blokes getting twatted by one of the Bulls when they run in the streets and that. Uncultured. Because that's really just what's going on at the moment. As did they score another try? Yeah, they got another try and then got the conversion. So half time between Bradford and Catalan, it is 24-0 to the Bulls. Yeah, not shocking at all. They're very excited to see how Bradford are going. I mean, very much on course getting their first win of the season, unless we get just an absolutely monolithic comeback by the Dragons. So in terms of tries, you've got Ackers, Blake, and Aikens, with most of the healthy contingent of points coming from penalty goals for the Dragons. In terms of who scored for in the St Helens League game, you've got Clark and Kyle Feldt getting tries. So Kyle Feldt was able to get a try just shy of halfway. And for Leigh, you've got Charnley with a try, Senior with a try, and Hodgson with a try. So yeah, just now waiting for the start, because they're currently in the talking points of the first half. But yeah, Leeds just need to just keep on going, just do what they did. If they get the first try of the second half, that should honestly do it, because there's not been that much incentive there for York, because they've only really been down the try area of the of Leeds for like maybe twice, to be completely honest, so far this half. So it's very much been more so dominance of Leeds. I'm brilliant at talking. But of course, Leeds will be going over to Vegas next week as they take on Hull Kingston Rovers. That will be a very interesting matchup, to say the very least. Yeah, it's been a very decent start. I'm going to start looking up some stats, because it'll be interesting to see how this half does break down. So the tries come from McDowell, Sevo, Hall, and Hankinson for Leeds, and Paul Vaughan being the sole try for the York Knights. So let's have a look at some of the stats from this game, because it'd just be interesting to see. Tackle breaks has been pretty important. 20 in favour of Rhinos, 10 for the Knights. In terms of metres gained, this is just showing the dominance here. 380 metres gained by the York Knights, 791 gained by the Rhinos. Missed tackles and total tackles still been quite even to actually, so it's 20 to 16 in favour of the Knights. So realistically, in most stats, barring the attack, it is mostly been quite even, but it's just Leeds very much being able to capitalise on it. So 5 votes are now currently in for who gets the first try in the second half, and 4 have gone in favour of Leeds to get the job done, which isn't very much shocking, to say the very least, of just how it just keeps going for them. I'm trying to fill out time until we get to the second half. Can you tell? Can you tell? It's but yeah, it's just interesting to see how Leeds do go against Hull Kingston Rovers. It could be a very close game in Vegas. But yeah, Leopards currently being top of the table on the live ladder. Pretty mental. So just, I don't know, has anybody got any tidbits they want to add for this match? You can call me a twat if you want. 6 votes now. It's now another vote for York to get the first try of the second half. But the 2/3 possession in favour of the Leeds Rhinos is a very big contingency. But pretty even in terms of the completion rate, however. But, I mean, 2/3 of the ball been in favour of being in possession of the Rhinos. Leeds need to keep that going for them to secure this win, but York need to force some mistakes, to be completely honest. So yeah, it's not too far away. It was probably about 5 or so minutes from the start of the second half, as we're just trying to... Basically, I'm just trying to just keep on talking to get rid of dead air, you know? So it's just me waffling. Well and truly waffling. But yeah, Super League now. So we will be doing 2 other matches for the Super League this round, and these will be the matches that take place tomorrow. It'll be back to back, so if you do want to join me for that, you don't have to, but if you want, as you've got Toulouse Olympic taking on Castleford, and then immediately after that will be the Wigan Warriors taking on Hull FC. There is a match the day following that, which is the just trying to think of who it is. It's the Huddersfield Giants against Wakefield Trinity, which could possibly be done, but I'm not 100% sure, because that would be 2 AM on a Monday. And my sleeping pattern's currently alright. Could be better, but it's still roughly A-okay. But yeah, we're just waiting now for the start of the second half. Being very, very patient. But yeah, we're going to very exciting here. Okay, we do ask about of who gets a second try. Does anybody want to be bold enough to specifically name a player? Could it be Paul Vaughan getting a double if York were to get the first try? If I had to take a pick, I reckon Leeds will get the first try of the second half. And if I had to take a stab in the dark of who it could possibly be, I feel like it could be a possible Danny Levi from dummy half, just picks up the ball, pushes, grounds it. That's what I think could be the possibility of Danny Levi getting the ball. But yeah, we just need to get that done, and then we're just... Could be good. Who knows? But yeah, just waiting on both teams. But I mean, we are starting to see the benches coming on, because we did see Jeremiah Matauti and Kinnan Palacia on for Leeds. Sangari for York's been impressive since coming on. It's just been nice to see if more other players making an impact at Leeds line. So we're getting very close down to the start of the second half. So if anybody wants to get their votes in just before it ends, we will be closing that one out. We're almost there. So still 6 votes now, but yeah, it's just very exciting this Super League season, because we've had bumper crowds in that. Like, I mean, especially with like this game, we've had over 15,000 in the crowd for this match between Leeds and York. It just seems like this new era of English rugby league has been going really darn well. especially with when they had to merge both or turn 3 leagues into 2. We've got a Newcastle airport ad, big ups. For those not in the know, I'm from Newcastle and I support the Newcastle Knights. So currently the York Knights have won more than the Knights in Newcastle, so very happy. But yeah, just waiting now for the start. Just waiting now for the start. They've got a big ad of like all the games coming in. I wouldn't mind going to like, because I know like wheelchair rugby league is probably in England and that. I wouldn't mind going to see a game because it's kind of brutal of just the chairs just barging into each other. It's really cool to see, but we will be doing the other matches at Toulouse versus Castleford and Wigan versus Hull. Maybe a possibility of doing Huddersfield and Wakefield. It just matters about if I want to do it at 2 in the morning. On a Monday. But yeah, we're very close now from the start of the second half, so if anybody wants to get their final votes in before both teams come out, you're very free to do so. But yeah, just waiting to see the other scores, because it's just been pretty exciting stuff, to say at the very least. There's Leeds now 22-6, had a very good closing sectors of the first half. They just really need to just keep that going and just not let York back into this game. But York definitely will be needing to get the first try in the second half. If not, and Leeds get it, then it's about a possible 22 point gap, as Leeds now back onto the field. We will end the vote here. So 6 people have voted in the halftime poll, and they have said that 4-2 majority of the Leeds Rhinos to get the first try of the second half. So Hull FC are kicking off. They'll be running screen right, with Leeds getting first possession in this half. Marching on together, rings out at Headingley. Kickoff, and we are underway for the second half as Leeds let the ball bounce a couple of times as Ryan Hall gets brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle. As that is James McDonald, who gets brought down on the 20-metre line now for the second tackle. Now there's a run there. Number 19 of Matautia gets to the 30 here, so third tackle for the Rhinos. Just doing one-upmans as Keenan Palacia gets past the 40. Now inside of halfway for the fourth tackle. As Leeds just getting it out to the left-hand side. They've got numbers if they want to go for a proper attack. Almost there as McDowell. It's going to be a penalty to Leeds. And the tackle happened 40 away from the try line. So this is a huge chance for Leeds to immediately get the first points in this second half. So more defence expected here by York, as that was a high shot there by Ben Jones-Bishop. 25 out, falls to the 6 now for the Rhinos. As Palacia gets brought down, 25 out for the first tackle. Now running up the middle here, it's Matautia, 15 out now, second tackle. There's been now only 90 seconds gone in this second half, and flat pass there, it's the number 14 of Chris Hankinson, now 5 out, third tackle. Leeds now just trying to find something to break through. They've flinged it out now into the middle as Palacia brought down, 5 out from the try line, fourth tackle for Leeds. Trying to find a gap for Connor, and he gets brought down again short. Last tackle here for Leeds. They go to the left-hand side. Connor with the grubber. It's been bounced up. And it's just ended up for Watkins, he's got the ball and I guess just wasn't able to ground it. It's a 20-minute restart and a 7-tackle set here for York. So York defending themselves there. And it's going to be a penalty in the first tackle. This is a York player down in the backfield. So what happened here? So yeah, very close there for Callum Watkins to get the try there. So, but penalty to York. They'll get the ball right on halfway for a full set of 6. So 2.5 gone. A chance here for the Knights to get the first try in the second half as Sangari gets brought down for the first tackle. 35, second tackle, 35 away from the try line now. Now Jordan Thompson on the 30 as it's Sam Wood. He's come back to the line limping. York now go to the left-hand side. Interception. That's not what you wanted. And they're running down the line. It's Harry Newman who's in the centre. He hasn't got enough pace to break away, but will get brought down just inside of York's half here for the first tackle. And it's just any type of chance York has had has gone begging as now Leeds go down the left-hand side. Sevo now with the ball, and he'll get brought down 20 away from the try line now. Second tackle for the Rhinos. Now it's number 19, a Matautia, and he'll get wrapped up centrally into the field. 15 out from the try line now. Third tackle. Leeds now flat pass down the thing to get to Palacia. Now 5 out. Fourth tackle here. And Danny Levi goes for it. Can he get the ball down? He gets held up. That would have been amazing because I straight up said what would have happened if he got the try there. That was going to be clipped and posted everywhere, but it'll be last tackle 10 metres out from the try line. I can't believe Levi actually tried it. And passing it out to the left-hand side. Flat ball, and Callum Watkins breaks the line. There's appeals for the referee from the York Knights, but they've just switched off defensively there. And Leeds get the first try of the second half, so it's a majoritively correct prediction from the voters. It's now 26-6 with the kick to come, and that is not what York wanted. But it's just passing it out to the line as Lockie Miller just gets the ball, sees the charging run of Callum Watkins, and he just breaks through the line. It's just, they were trying to appeal for an obstruction penalty, but it was like, it's very rough if they would have given that. But there you go. Callum Watkins gets his first try of the season, and it's now a 20-point gap for Leeds with a kick to come. As we're now just about 5 minutes into this second half. First points have happened in the second half. It is a penalty conversion by the Leigh Leopards. They are up 18-12 now over St Helens. 46 minutes gone in that one. Oh, hang on. They are reviewing this obstruction. So, could this be not a try? As we're now on the video ref. To be fair, there was I believe it's Palacia who ran into the line and caused a York Knights play to get blocked, but I don't think it would have made it to the player anyways. But it's going to be interesting to see how this does end up getting ruled. There is excruciatingly loud audio of the chant, Sky TV is effing shit. It's as loud as possible. They are very much looking at it. Yep, catches the ball inside shoulder. It is going to be an obstruction, so this try will not count. So it will be a penalty to York, so they get away with that one. But they can't keep getting away with more of this going into the second half. So it will be York's ball, so the try will be disallowed. It will remain 22 points to 6. As Bradford and Catalan in this period have now kicked off their second half. So there you go. It goes back to 22 points to 6. As there's a penalty for York as they go for a deep kick. And the ball will be placed just shy of York's 40. So I'm just waiting for this to update. So just a reminder, it is 22 points to 6. The try was disallowed. So first tackle here for York, and the ball's popped out here. And just like that, any chance for York to try to get through, and York lose the ball in the first tackle. There we go. But as a captain's challenge immediately for a possible rake of the ball. There's a captain's challenge by York for there being possibly hand in the ruck or a possible strip. Is it a loose carry? Or could this be a strip by Callum Watkins? The hand is on the ball. It's a stealing action on the ball. It will be a captain's challenge successful by York. So it will be a penalty for the Knights. So they'll get further down the field and have a real proper chance of maybe getting the first tries of the second half. And just an update in the other game, it is St Helens who have gotten a try over the Leigh Leopards. Now 16-18 with a kick to come. So there we go. It was another penalty. So the York Knights still inside 5 minutes into this second half. So Liam Harris gets the kick into touch. And the ball will be placed 35 metres away from the try line. Full set of 6 here for York. Can they cut the deficit? As it's Jack Martin with the ball. And he'll get brought down on the 40-metre line for the first tackle. York doing one-upmans. It's the number 13, Jordan Thompson. Gets brought down 35 metres away from the try line. Now Sangara. Sangara gets brought down 25 away, third tackle. They're just doing one-up plays to drive them to Leeds to the line. They're getting passes out now to the right-hand side. Great charge there by Sevo to prevent a pass from Mata'afa. Mata'afa gets brought down 20 metres out now. Fourth tackle for York. Trying to get a charge for the middle. It's the number 8 again, Jack Martin. 10 metres out. Last tackle for York. Can we get a try here? They'll go to the right-hand side. It's grubbered. It's taken by Leeds. And they'll stay in the field of play for the first tackle. And there has been an update. Catalan Dragons have now scored their first try of the match. So 5 minutes into their game with Bradford, it's now 24-4 to the Bulls with a kick to come. Sevo now with the ball. And he'll get brought down inside of the 20 for the third tackle. This is a good defensive set here by York. Maybe an early kick here for the fourth tackle as that's Ryan Hall. He gets brought down just past the Rhinos 20 for the fourth tackle. No early kick. They'll go to the last as that's Harry Newman who gets past the 30 for the last tackle. 22. Oh my god. There's the last tackle kick. Yep, it has updated. I just wanted to make sure. There's Mata'afa with the catch for York, and he'll break through a tackle and he'll get brought down on the 30-metre line for the first tackle for the Knights. As the kick is successful there for the Catalan Dragons, it's now 24-6. So could they start making a good comeback? As York is now starting to threaten getting into field position inside the Leeds half now. They've just gone past halfway for the third tackle. York now go down to the left-hand side, as that is Jack Martin, who gets brought down on Leeds' 40-metre line for the fourth tackle. They'll go down the short left-hand side here, trying to find a gap. There's a gap opening up, but Josh Griffin gets brought down 25 away from the try line. Last tackle here for York. York are going to go to the right-hand side here. It's a 3-on-2 possibly. Wood with the ball, and Wood will get battered down, and the offload just goes out into touch. It'll be a changeover as Leeds get the possession into the 20, but Sam Wood running straight into Micah Sevo. I think his head may have clipped Sevo's hips. Let's have a look. Or he could be out. Yep, Wood's gone straight into, after being pushed, goes straight into Sevo's hips. So, yep, to be completely honest, that should be Sam Wood's night done with the HIA. But Leeds, however, now with the ball, second tackle. as they're inside of the 40. So, as we're now 8 minutes gone this second half, no score changes from the first half, still 22-6. But Leeds now trying to find it. Matau shy of halfway here for the fourth tackle for Leeds. The pass goes a bit hayward. They're still going down on the left-hand side. And he gets brought the last tackle, 40 out from the try line. As Connor with a kick, it's high in the air. There's a couple of chasers. They'll take a bounce, Mataafa, but it will let it go out. So it'll be York getting the ball inside of their 10. I think Mataafa was trying to jockey it in for a possible 20-meter restart, but it doesn't happen. Score update in terms of the other games is around the same time. 54 minutes gone. It is now 18-all between St Helens and Leigh. Whilst 48 minutes gone, it is 24-6 in favour of Bradford over the Catalan Dragons. As York get their first tackle on the 20-metre line as they try to keep it going. Now inside the 30. Pretty similar start to this second half as it's been for the first, as we're now about to enter past the first 10 minutes of the second half. Isaac, good to see you, man. But yeah, pretty running the sets. But York is sprinting it out to the right-hand side here. As Sam Wood still on the field after taking that hit. Right down on halfway for the fourth tackle. Sangare trying to find some type of offload. Trying to find something. They're getting the passes going. Oh, it's an interception! And York have completely capitulated, as it's the number 5 of Ryan Hall who gets the second try of the match. And it's 26-6 with a kick to come. That's the worst case scenario there for York. As Sam Hall gets his second try of the match and now makes it 26-6 with a kick to come. I was just watching Bradford. Yeah, they go really well in that game. 24 was unanswered points in the first half, but Catalan getting the try there. They're just getting a little too offload crazy as Ryan Hall, right place, right time, catches it at the pass meant for Josh Griffin. So there we go. Most of the votes were correct that it would be the Leeds Rhinos getting the first try in the second half, and now it's now been made a lot more difficult now for the York Knights to come back into this. So that is some bloody nose there from McDonald, but there we go. Just waiting now for the conversion attempt. So we're just waiting here to see how this conversion will go. Can it be a 22-point gap in favour of the Rhinos? Jake Connor, 3 from 4 today. He's looking to make it 28 points to 6. Just waiting to see if he does get it done. And the kick is straight down the middle. It's 28-6. 11 and a half gone in this second half. So yeah, there we go. Leeds could start putting belt to backside, if you will, about trying to get it going. We're waiting now for the kickoff, and we're back underway as it's a bit shorter as Leeds get the ball on their 20 from the catch as Newman gets brought down inside the 30 for the first tackle for the Rhinos. Now running down the middle here, second tackle right on 30. I mean, Leeds just need to just make sure a couple of chances are going down the left-hand side. However, Miller gets brought down just shy of halfway for the third tackle. Haven't seen much of Miller this second half, but he definitely was making his impact felt in the first. As Leeds now get into York's half, only just for the fourth. Now Leeds going down the right-hand side, trying to find a gap here. Newman, the 30 away from the try line, goes for a grubber. Don't know what he was thinking there, as possible Matter from Ben Jones-Bishop. If Jones-Bishop takes the ball, he'll get brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle for York. We have an update in one of the other games here. 20 points to 18 now. St Helens lead for the first time as they've now got just over 20 minutes remaining in their game. So York now just trying to find and get some charging going as they've got the number 15 there of Xavier Var. Now they're bringing it out to the left-hand side for York, but no passing is done. As Nico Williams gets brought down 45 away from the try line as York entered Leeds half, but it's a last tackle kick. Miller lets it bounce, but he'll pick it up inside of the 10. And now Miller's going to try to find a gap. He'll get brought down on the 20-metre line for the first tackle for Leeds. Now Sevo now with the ball. And Sevo will get brought down on the 30-metre line now for the second tackle. So Leeds now just... yeah, pretty much besides from the interception, very much similar to how the beginning of the first half went, just running the paces. There's a kick for a 40-20 attempt. The bounce won't favour him, unfortunately, as Galliano gets the ball and will be wrapped up inside of the 30 for the first tackle for York, as we're now 14 and a half minutes gone in this second half. So yeah, just waiting to see if could York possibly get something through, as that's the Josh Griffin now on the 40 for the third tackle. Still went up to play. Paul Vaughan now gets the ball right on halfway, who've just come back on from substitute. And another update in the scores. We could be it's break through the line here, just like that for York. They've got numbers if they wanted to. You're going to pass it to the left, but he goes to the right, and it's a run there by Jordan Thompson, and Thompson gets the try, and it's 28-10. With a kick to come, I mean, the kick will be right in front, so it should be 28 points to 12. So there we go. Finally, a bit of luck goes the way of the Knights. But yeah, as I was saying there, the Bradford Bulls could be in a bit of a fight here, as it's now 24-10 with Catalan getting their second try of the second half. There we go. It's a break through the line there for the York Knights. Just get through there. As it was Harris who ran through, had a couple of players to go through, and gives the pass off to the number 13 of Jordan Thompson to get the try. So yeah, there you go, Jordan Thompson. Second try, 28-10. The conversion should be 28-12. And Liam Harris here looking to go 2 for 2. Watkins and Hall vintage. Very much so, Eric. He's missed it. Liam Harris has missed the kick. I've only just really noticed. It looked like it was should have been a really easy kick from right in front. I'm pulling an audible here, sorry. I want to actually have a go back and look at what just happened, because he's missed the kick. It's 28-10 still. How did Harris miss this? I mean, still it's on the right-hand side, but it's still only 10 metres out. And he's just straight up scuffed the kick. So we're all main 28-10 as York at the ball. As Paul Vaughan gets brought down on inside of the 20 for the first tackle for the Knights. It wasn't as bad as that Tigers kick from the pre-season against the Roosters, though. If you haven't seen that, you should look it up. It's probably one of the worst shanks possible. Inside the 30 here for the third tackle, as York's now just trying to get it through, as Thompson brought down just shy of the 40 for the fourth tackle. Mata Arthur now brought down just shy of halfway. This will be the last tackle for the Knights. But they'll go to the right-hand side. That's a forward pass. And they've called it. It'll be a changeover as Leeds get the ball just shy of halfway. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, bit blatant of a forward pass, and it was immediately called. Interesting, it was the main referee who called it, not the sideline official. But here we go. First tackle right on halfway here. It's the number 14 of Chris Hankinson. Now running through the middle here, as that is number 13. It's Palacia. 40 out from the try line here for Leeds. Now Newman gets brought down. 25 away from the try line. Third tackle for Leeds. Can they get another more so of a buffer? They've currently got a 3 converted try lead. And the pass goes out wayward to the left-hand side. Still play on, as that is Hankinson who gets brought down. 20 out from the try line. As Leeds now go through the letters. Brodie Croft, a massive gap has opened up, and he does the step past Mata'afa, and Brodie Croft gets his first try. And now it's 32 points to 10 with a kick to come. And the kick will be right in front, so it'll be 34-10, and entering in now basically to the final 20 minutes of this matchup, and it's all Leeds. All Leeds, aren't we? So second try for Brodie Croft this season, first of the match, and it's now looking very much unlikely here for York to come back into this. But yeah, Brodie, that's such a massive gap in the middle. Just showing it's the defensive switch off there, and it's now definitely looking more likely that Leeds will get the job done here. I mean, it's all but confirmed at this point, is that the kick from right in front, this to make it a 24-point lead. Just waiting for the conversion attempt here by Connor, and he kicks it, and it's now 34 points to 10. There's another point update in the Bradford-Catalan game, but Bradford have now got a try with a conversion. It's now 28 points to... Oh, not with a conversion yet. So 28-10 with a kick to come. So Bradford could be starting to keep Catalan at bay. Still no more updates between St Helens and Leigh. 14 remaining, still 20-18 in favour of St Helens. So here we go into the final 20 minutes here. But it's been a good match by Leeds and a decent showing. Just as a bit of a question, not to dunk on York at this point, but I know in the NRL there's a rule you can't score 50. No one has conceded 50 in a game and gone on to win the grand final. What's the Super League equivalent? If anyone knows that, please let me know. Third tackle now for Leeds as we're on their 30s. We're just getting a quick set here. There's Palacia now, just shy of halfway for the fourth tackle. They're up the middle, 45 away from the try line now. Last tackle for the Rhinos. They're just going to go for a little bit of a run here. They're going to get a chance down the right-hand side. Newman goes for a grubber kick for Hall. But it's picked up by Mata'afa, who gets brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle for York. But yeah, York now just trying to find something here to try to get the start of a possible monolithic comeback, as they need 4 converted tries just to tie the game. Fourth tackle here for York as they're now just past their 30. It was Sam Wood who got brought down. And now Mata'afa gets brought down on York's 40 for the last tackle. And there's a kick into touch. Lockie Miller takes the catch inside the 30. And he'll get to the 40-metre line for the first tackle for Leeds. Now Sevo gets the ball from dummy half. And he'll get brought down just shy of halfway for the second tackle, as we're now 17.5 minutes remaining in this matchup. Now 45 away. And it's a set restart as Josh Griffin just would not get off the Leeds players. Palacia gets brought down 35 away from the try line. Now for the first tackle with the new set, so more chance for Leeds to put more paint on. 25 away now. It's the number 16 of Ethan O'Neill. Now Leeds just going up the middle, just pushing York back. 15 out from the try line. Third tackle for Leeds. There's Croft with the ball. Gets the pass out to McDonald. McDonald trying to power over. But he's short. No, he's going to say he's held up, and they'll go back to the 10 for the fourth tackle. So 10 out, fourth tackle. Leeds now spread it into the middle of the ball. And Cameron Smith gets brought down 15 away from the try line. Last tackle here for Leeds. Leeds go down to the right. Croft goes for a grubber, and it's taken and scores. Harry Newman gets the try, and it's now 38-10 in favour of Leeds. And I mean, if it was any more official that it was going to be a win for Leeds, it's definitely more so now. 28-point lead now with just about under 16 minutes remaining in this matchup. As there was an update of something that has happened. Yes, it popped up red for something happening between Bradford and Catalan, but it hasn't probably updated. But there we go, 38-10 with a kick to come here for Leeds. And a very big chance here to make a 30-point lead with a try somewhat near the sideline. Clinical finishing by Leeds, 100%, Eric. This has just been... And it's not even like they've really exerted themselves to happen. It's just going through the paces. And it's just been... They get the chances and get it done. It's just... They haven't really... It's not like Hull KR against Brisbane last night, where basically they left everything out in the field with like in 60 minutes. It's just... They look very refreshed. It's just nothing having happening. Here's the conversion attempt. And it's absolutely beautiful. 40 points to 10. With now less than 15 remaining on the clock. And we have another try in one of the other games. It is the Bradford Bulls getting a try. Now 28 points to 10 with a kick to come. So Bradford trying to keep Catalan at bay, and it's going well so far. Still no score update in St Helens leads. They're entering the final 10 minutes of that game. St Helens leading 20 points to 18. So I think it's pretty much safe to say that Leeds might have won this game. you never know. There's the kickoff, and the ball's caught inside of the 10. But yeah, it's just been a good, solid performance by Leeds. It's just they haven't really needed to do much. Not to disregard York in any way, but it's just... It has seemed a lot of their tries are just easy, just getting the drives, getting the meters. And it's just worked well as Leeds now. As that is Tom Holroyd. He gets brought down on the Leeds 40-metre line for the fourth tackle. Now out to the left-hand side here. Almost a breakthrough there for Miller. But Miller gets brought down just shy of York's 40-metre line for the fourth tackle. It's number 17 of Cameron Smith now. 35 away from the try line now. Last tackle for Leeds. Can they get more points? As Connor goes with a high kick. Chance for Matt Affa to smother it. And he's dropped it. And it's still a play on here. And Miller gives it out to Sevo. And Sevo will score in the corner. It's now 44-10. This is a bit of a battering, unfortunately, if you're a York Knights fan. But Leeds, it's Marcus Sevo getting the try. Now 44-10 with a kick to come as Sevo gets his second try of this matchup. And yeah, it's just a very unfortunate result here for York. But Leeds have just been clinical and have capitalised on all the chances that has been handed towards them this game. It's just been brilliant. There's a high kick by Jake Connor as Matt Affa comes in to take it in the 15. He gets wrapped up, but he just loses the ball. and it's a quick play of the ball by Hankinson. He gets the pass out to Mello, who then flings it out to Sivo, and he just uses his strength to get into the try area and just grounds it. So 44-10. So all leads, aren't we? So Micah Sivo now with the try, and now we're just waiting for the conversion from the sideline, which will be right on the sideline. I don't know why I've specified twice, but just waiting to see if it can be 46 points to 10. Just waiting now from the conversion attempt. He's kicked from the sideline, and he's got it. It's a 36-point lead. And Leeds very much close to putting 50 on York. 11.5 remaining in this game, so I guess that's the main positive that York can take out of it, is there's not much long left of suffering. So I guess there's that to say respectively. But yep, almost there, waiting now as we've got entering now the final 10 minutes. Still 15 minutes remaining between Bradford and Catalan. It's still 28-18. It's a short kickoff attempt here by York. And Leeds catch it inside the 30, and it's going to be a penalty to Leeds as well. So everything that could go against York this match just keeps going. And there's the penalty kick, and the touch doesn't really go out far, so the ball will be picked up on the Leeds 40 for the new set. So Leeds now going through to the middle as Daybreak properly comes in. First tackle on the 40 now as we're entering the last 11.5 minutes, or 10.5 minutes remaining. There's the run up the middle by Jenkins. Gets second tackle. Leeds want to score more points as Croft tries to break the line, but he doesn't. 30 brought down, third tackle, 35 metres away from the try line. Leeds now spread it down into the middle. They now fling it to the left, trying to find some gaps, which are starting to really open up in the York line. Fourth tackle now, 25 out from the try line. Run from dummy half. Gets the pass out. Croft, flat ball, doesn't work. It's going to be a lost ball, and York will get the ball 10-metre line for the zero tackle, I believe. So seven tackles set now incoming for York. And it's going to be a penalty as well. So a penalty inside of their 20. So I guess you just got to get a bit of momentum to try to cut down the deficit, because it could come down to points difference to decide whether or not you separate the spoon, the finals, or even the League Leaders Shield. Just shy of halfway here. Full set of 6 now coming for the York Knights, as we've got 9.5 minutes remaining in this matchup. And York go all the way to the right-hand side as that's Mata'afa, who gets brought down just shy of halfway for the first tackle. Now passing it now into the middles. It's the number 31. It's King Vuniyawa as Mata'afa clutching at his eye. And that's the number 11 there, Josh Griffin. Gets brought down 35 metres away from the try line here for the third tackle. As you just try to cut down this deficit as Vaughan will get brought down 30 away now. Fourth tackle. 8.5 minutes remaining in this matchup. You're getting it out to the right-hand side. Mata'afa can't get anything through. 15 out. Last tackle on the short right-hand side they go as Sam Wood gets the offload off. They're still going here. They spread it now to Harris. He goes for a grubber, but the grubber will be taken by Lockie Miller inside the 10. And he's still going. He's still rolling. And he'll get brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle for Leeds. But yeah, it's just been a very good, well-oiled machine from Leeds, especially coming off of their round 1 loss to the Leopards. They've done rather well in terms of bouncing back in their first home match of the season, as that's Hawley gets brought down inside the 30 for the third tackle. Now a run from dummy half there for the number 9 of Jared O'Connor. And now Leeds go out to their left-hand side, just shy of halfway now for the last tackle. The York line is just utterly tight as it's a kick to trying to go to the sidelines, and it's tapped by Jones Bishop. He picks it up on the 10, and he gets past the 20, but he'll get wrapped down inside the 30 for the first tackle. But you can tell this York side has given up because it's just no one's just getting back. But yeah, so really much is just trying to grind out the clock here. So now coming down to almost 7 minutes remaining, and the ball pops out, and Leeds now have possession of the ball. And still play on here. So Leeds with the ball, it's Miller. Miller trying to break the line, but he'll get brought down 30 metres away from the try line for the first tackle. So just another chance for Leeds to put more pain on. Cameron Smith now with the ball, gets brought down 25 metres away, still very central in the field for the second tackle. They'll go to the left-hand side here as that's Holroyd. He gets brought down 15 out, third tackle. They'll spread it out to the central as that is Ethan O'Neill on the 10-metre line now, fourth tackle. More drive to get more points. And flat ball, they've gotten the offload off, and York have gotten the ball back. And the balls end up in the hands of Sam Wood. He gets brought down inside the 20 for the first tackle for York. So at least they're able to hold defensively there. But yeah, 6 minutes now remaining in this matchup for York. So there's the number 21 of Buchanan, who gets just past the 30 for the third tackle. Yeah, there's really not really much left to play for here. It's just getting out the clock, maybe a possible thing for York to get a deficit. And, that should be a set restart. To be honest, that's a knock-on. The pass has gone backwards. York are now running down the line here. It's still play on, as it's Scott Galliano who gets wrapped up by the number 14 of Chris Hankinson. 15 out. Last tackle for York. I don't know how that's not a set restart or was a knock-on. But they've gone all the way out to the right-hand side here. It's 2-on-1. Can they get the pass out? Sam Wood goes for the Matt Gidley underarm flick pass. Goes over Jones Bishop and out into touch. So Leeds survive that one. What I mean, the Matt Gidley flick pass, it's it's one of those. But I mean, York are definitely trying, but unfortunately just hasn't worked as we're now entering the last 5 minutes of this game. So, yeah, I just think Leeds are just going to just keep it on going like they've done the last 10-15 minutes. It's been a bit of a boring second half in the last 5 or so minutes because it's just nothing really much because the result's already decided. Going looking into the other game, 68 minutes gone. Bradford Catalan still 28-10 in favour of the Bulls. 4 minutes remaining in the game between St Helens and Leigh, and it's still 20-18 in favour of the Saints as Leeds now spreading it out to the right-hand side. Can they find a gap? Newman just trying to find a spot, but he'll get brought down just shy of halfway for the fourth tackle as we're now entering the final 4 minutes of the match. As Matau Tia now gets past halfway for the last tackle. And they fling it out to the left-hand side. They're still running. Possibly going for a try here. They get the pass out. That's battered by York, so it's going to be a set restart here. Leeds still going underarm flick pass, and it's going to go into touch. So, almost another chance there. There was a chance of Sevo to get a hat-trick in this game, but unfortunately just doesn't happen. And York will get possession of the ball inside of their 10. But we've got a captain's challenge by somebody, by Leeds. So we'll see what happens here as we've got 3.5 now remaining in this matchup. So they're trying to talk about there being a possible knock-on in the lead-up by the York Knights. So O'Neill with the ball gets the pass out. It does touch a York player. but it goes backwards. So yeah, it's not going to be classed as a knock-on. So it will be York's ball. So challenge unsuccessful there for Leeds. So at least something goes against them this match. So York ball inside of the 10. 3.5 minutes now remaining in this matchup. Alright, so here we go. What can York get done here? Right now, just waiting to see what York get the first tackle inside of the 20. They're just going to do one-up plays here because, I mean, it is all over. There's Vinny Yayawa. But now just running down, and it's York getting brought down on their 40 for the third tackle. They're spinning it out into the middle. Just looking down the middle here. 40 away from the try line now. Last tackle for York as we're now entering the final 2.5 minutes of this game. It's the kick by Liam Harris to the other side of the field as it's now the number 14 of Chris Hankinson, who will get wrapped up inside the 30 for the first tackle for Leeds. And it's a penalty to Leeds, so as we get them further down the field and just let it keep going of chewing out the clock. So the final crowd figures 15,422, I believe. There's the ball. First tackle here. So fan voted player of the match has been given to Brodie Croft for Leeds. I mean, you could definitely pick a lot of players for Leeds, and you'd probably be correct. Offload there, and that's a knock-on by Leeds. And the ball will be scrum for York right on halfway. As they've got 90 seconds remaining in this matchup, 90 seconds before York can lick their wounds, but I mean, it's been a fantastic display by Leeds, and it's just been getting the fundamentals right and taking your chances, and it's just paid absolute dividends for the Rhinos. Mike Acevo getting a double for his match this game, and the Betfred player of the match has been given to Mike Acevo. So up the middle here now into the final minute of the game. Can York get another consolation? Right, 30 away from the try line now, as it's the third tackle. Can York just get a try? Spread it out. Paul Vaughan gets the offload off for Harris. They're only 20 away now. Harris almost breaking through here. 10 metres out from the try line now. Fourth tackle for the Knights. And trying to get further. Pass all the way out to the wing, and it will result in a try. It's the number 5 of Scott Galliano who makes it 46-14. So that will be the last bit of play. So it'll just be a conversion attempt to see will it be 46-16. But this will result in a win for the Leeds Rhinos in dominant fashion. Scott Galliano getting his second try for the season. So the time's paused with 27 seconds remaining. They'll just let the clock go for the final conversion to see if this makes it a 46-16 result. Best Aussie commentary I've heard on any stream. Thank you. Cheers, Eric. I appreciate the support. So just waiting now to see what does happen with this conversion attempt. St Helens Leigh should be very close to finishing here. Still St Helens up 20-18. There's been no update as well with Bradford Catalan as they've got 5 minutes remaining. So conversion attempt. They're just letting the clock just sit there. So here we go. So we're probably going to maybe get 4 or 5 seconds remaining. So Liam Harris, 1 from 2 this game, right from the sideline. This to make it a 30-point gap to close out the match. as the Leeds Rhinos just staring bullets at Harris. 5 seconds to go. Here's the conversion attempt. And he's missed it. It looked like it was going to curl back, but it doesn't. And that is 80 minutes up, and that's the final siren. The Leeds Rhinos get the job done. 46 points to 14 in a brilliant display after their first round loss against the Leigh Leopards. And also full time in the match between St Helens and Leigh. St Helens have held on 20 points to 18 as St Helens get their first win of the season. And we've got about 6 minutes remaining between Bradford and Catalan, but it's still 28-10 to Bradford. So unless an absolute monolithic comeback happens from Catalan, Bradford should be safe in getting their first win of the season. So there we go. That is the end of the game. I mean, brilliant display by Leeds, to say the very least. York need to go back to the drawing board as they look into next week, but Leeds looking really good as they face off against Hull Kingston Rovers next week in Vegas. So thank you all very much for watching this stream. We'll be doing 2 more games of this season, guaranteed, possibly 3, as you've got the games on tomorrow, which we'll just go through quickly. You have got the Tulu Olympic versus Castleford, and then Wigan Warriors and Hull FC. As I predicted right by Kaiser Chiefs plays, there is also the game Monday 2 a.m. for me as the Australian, as it's Huddersfield versus Wakefield. We'll see what happens there. Thank you all very much for watching, and I hopefully will see you later. If not,